Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy MLK Day. Oh, it is time to get off the ship. Well, I'm going to run up and grab a little something quick for breakfast and then make my way down. It was a great 3 days, but must come to an end. I'm wearing my shirt that says, I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not going to be upset. I'll come back again soon. So it's all good. I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for everything. Mr. Patrick, he was my room steward. He was nice. Older gentleman, so you know you ain't gonna get too much hype out of them, but he was cool. I'm gonna go find some breakfast. Alright, final breakfast is bacon and an omelet and some apple juice. Just made it to the shuttle. Get ready to head to the airport. I have all day to sit. The flight's not till 3, but it's okay. I gotta find a spot to chill. It's 9 o'clock. Hey guys, I've been at the airport for a very long time. The shuttle was supposed to leave at 9:30. It left before 9. Or like right around 9 o'clock. So we got to the airport like 9:30, 9:20, something like that. And there was in another flight to Philly with Spirit, because I surely would have asked if I could have got on an earlier flight. I think with the whole debarkation, like, because there's not so many people, everybody was off the ship really early. Like I could have, I could have picked another airline that had an earlier flight, and I could have made my flight today. Normally it was like, pick a flight after 1 just in case, but it's so easy now to get off these ships. It's so fast that you can, if the airport is not far away, you can make your flight. You can make an early flight. So my flight was at 3:20, and then it actually got delayed to 3:57, so like 30 minutes or whatever. Right now it's 1:30, so little time. I'm so hungry. I think I'm gonna go grab something. I hate to eat before I get on the plane, but I haven't eaten anything since the omelet, and that was at like 8 o'clock. They have a Einstein bagel right here, or some kind of coffee place. There's a restaurant right there and a Burger King, so I might just go get some fries and something to drink to hold me over, because now the flight don't leave till 4, then I won't get home till 6:30, something like that. So just giving y'all an update. I'm so tired. I just been sitting here. I had a weird little 15-minute nap, but it was uncomfortable. So hopefully the next 2 hours will go by fast. Hey guys. Okay, so sadly this is where we end this cruise series, and I just want to give an official thank you to everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I had such a great time on my first ever solo cruise, solo vacation, and it was a really good time. I just want to wrap everything up really quickly. I do have some questions that I'm going to answer from one of my subscribers, and she always randomly will send me some questions to answer, and this will be a good way to end up this series. But before I do that, I want to say that I will be putting out a video very soon with some updated information on Groupcation 2022, which will be the group cruise. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about how you can cruise with us, just be on the lookout. in the next week or so, and I will have some updated information. I'm going to get into these questions, and then if there's anything else that I need to address as far as the cruise, then I will. I don't want to hold you too long. I wanted to say thank you to Amy for always sending me some great questions. So, number 1, does the Conquest make your top 3 cruise ships? No, I'm going to say no. My first favorite ship, of course, is the Carnival Pride. After the Pride, I think I'm going to have to go with, the Horizon of the ones I've been on. I did enjoy the Horizon and the Breeze. Excuse me. So, Pride, Horizon, and Breeze would be my top 3. The Conquest was nice. It reminded me a lot of the Sunshine and the Sunrise. What I didn't like about it was, like, it was really confusing to get to where they had the karaoke, and then to get to where they had their one of the dining rooms. Even though a lot of the ships, you have, if it's in the back, you know, you have to go up to like 5 and then back and down to 3. But this one was even a little bit weirder than that. So, but it was a nice ship. Number 2, will you do another solo cruise, or do you still prefer to travel with your family or friends? Well, I always prefer to travel with my family or friends, just because I love hanging out with them so much. But I definitely will do another solo cruise if everybody will let me. I just had to book it and not tell anybody. But I, you know, like right now, I'm at a point where I just want to be gone and do things and try new things, and I don't want to keep having to have people spend their money just to go somewhere because I want to go. So it was just a lot easier and mind easing for me to just go by myself instead of having to ask somebody to go with me and spend money that they didn't really want to spend, but they were just being nice. Number 3, how was the food in comparison to other Carnival ships you have cruised on? Food was the same. I'm not a big foodie where like food is so important to me, because if I was, then I would be like, this is the same. Like the menu, it barely seems to change. So the food looked exactly the same. It tasted exactly the same. The menu was the same. So no big change there. Would you book a guaranteed room again, or will you choose your stateroom? I would definitely want to choose my own room again. The difference in price wasn't enough to make me be like, I'm going to book a guaranteed cabin every time. There was a slight cheaper price because I booked the guaranteed cabin, but in the end, I would rather pick my own. Maybe if I had picked a balcony, or maybe if I had picked the ocean view, I might go with a guarantee just because it might be a little bit higher on the ship. But that won't be something I'll be wanting to do in the near future. Number 5, do you feel the drink package was worth the money? I do. I do think it was worth the money because I really took advantage of the drink part, the alcohol part of it. I honestly didn't even take advantage of getting unlimited soda, coffee, milkshakes, water, all that. I really just used it for the alcohol. And for the price of $56 a day, I think it was worth it, because if you have, if you drink 5 or 6 drinks, then it's already paid for. And clearly I drank more than that because I wanted to try different things. So I believe I did 10 one night, 14, and then like 10 the next night. So I got my money's worth. And considering drinks are like $11 to $12 a pop, depending on what you get and the gratuities added to it. Number 6. What was the best thing about this cruise? The best thing was just the freedom of doing what I wanted to do, the time frames that I wanted to do it. I'm normally, of course, traveling with a lot of people, so it's always, okay, I want to make sure I have enough time for this person and enough time for that person or this activity. I enjoyed most being able to go to the trivias or go to the shows or go spend time in the casino without worry that I'm missing out on something that somebody else wanted to do, because, gambling or going to trivia is not something that everybody enjoys that I travel with. Like, I'm probably the only one that gets hyped to go to trivia. So that was my favorite part. And just laying in the bed in the morning time until I felt like getting up without having to worry that I'm disturbing somebody who might either want to sleep in or somebody that's like, okay, I want to get up and let's go get breakfast now. So I enjoyed the my time, that I was able to control just what I wanted to do. Number 7, what was the worst thing about this cruise? The worst thing was the banging of the cabin, and that was only because it was done so early every morning. Like, there was no noise at nighttime. The ship rocked a little bit, but that's not from the location problem. That was just the sea. But every day between like 4 and 7, it was just clanking and cranking and bobbing and just all types of engines and carts and just a whole bunch of other things like that. So that was the only thing, because it messed up the wonderful sleep I was having thanks to the drink package. Number 8. This is the last question. When is your next cruise? Inquiring minds want to know. So my next cruise, like I said, right now is August 11th through the 15th, and that is my group cruise. And I will be back with an official video for that, just so it doesn't get lost in translation here. If I can sneak another quick cruise in, I would love to do that. I was looking at something in April. We have another like 3-day weekend, holiday weekend. So I was thinking about that, but honestly, I don't know if that'll happen or not, because I do have several other trips planned for in the next few months. So there's a lot going on this year as far as travel, and there will be another travel announcement video also coming very soon. So I don't know if I'll get another cruise in before August. I would love to. And then I'm hoping to take one last cruise this year sometime after October, either for Thanksgiving or maybe New Year's. I'm not really sure yet, but right now it's just in August. Okay, so before I go, I do want to give a quick review of the excursion that we took, because I forgot to do it before. We did a reggae and rum tour excursion, and this was done through a separate company called Bah Tours, BAH Tours, and someone from our group had found it, and she asked if anybody wanted to go, and we was like, sure. So the cost of the excursion was $59.99, and you paid for it online. So what we did was set up like a little group, so that way everybody could say this was the group that they were going to be in, so they would know how many of us were traveling together. And so once you pay for it, it's like you pay through PayPal. One thing I did not like was, once you paid for the excursion, you did get an email receipt from PayPal saying who you paid and their email address, but we didn't get anything separately from the tour company saying thank you for booking, here's your ticket or whatever. On the website, once you're reading over what everything is, it tells you you're going to meet at the what is it? Whatever that restaurant is, I can't think of the name right now. And they say meet there at 11 o'clock. But there was no confirmation that they, other than the email from PayPal, that they got the payment. So when we got there and he was like, you guys on the rum tour? We're like, yeah. He's like, oh, let me see your tickets. And we're like, well, I got no tickets. I can show you this email that says I paid, but we don't have no tickets. So there was a little miscommunication right there. And then on the website it says what you're going to do. You're going to go to the rum factory and get a tour. You're going to go to the chocolate factory and get a tour. You're going to do a wine tasting. You're going to go to the rum cake factory and get a tour and samples. And then you get 30 minutes at the beach. And then on the way, you're listening to reggae music. Excuse me. You're listening to reggae music and you get unlimited rum punch. So that was what they said that would happen on the tour. And then, so the tour guide was awesome. He was really cool, very nice, down to earth guy. He had the big jug and filling it up with ice, and they were like, you know, the only rule, you can't have an empty cup and you must vibe the whole time. It was nice. You drive through. There was no like education about the areas we were in. He just blasted the music and we drive to each location. So everybody just kind of chill, talking to each other. If you saw in the vlog of me in the Bahamas, I said that the one thing I didn't like was at the chocolate factory where they said we would get a tour. Once we got there, she's like, oh no, it's not included. You have to pay $11.50 if you want to tour the chocolate factory. And that was one thing I thought that they could have been a little bit more clear on, because it was a very small space. There was nobody there but us. And they said you would get samples and everything, and we literally got like one little piece of white chocolate. It wasn't even a full piece of candy, and I was like, oh no thank you anyway, I don't like white chocolate anyway. So then she did open another pack of candy and gave me a piece of dark chocolate, but it just was a little misleading on that one. And we saw the cigar place, which was okay. We saw how they rolled cigars. Our tour guide, he did give us a little bit of information when we got in there, because the people that were there, they could care less that we were there. They're just like rolling their cigars, and the lady was on the phone talking to whoever. Guy was listening to his music, he was jamming. So, you know, they weren't giving us any information. So our tour guide did try to give us a little bit of information, but it was okay. Overall, the excursion was okay. For $60, you got off the ship, you got to see a little bit of the island. We had a very nice driver who stopped and let us get some lunch. That was not included in our excursion, but because, you know, it was just 4 of us and we still had like 4 or 3 hours worth of time to kill, he's like, why not? So that was really nice of him. And so we got to go and sit down in the restaurant and eat lunch. And then we got to go to the beach for a little bit. The water was extremely cold, so there was no getting in there. The beach was a public beach connected to the Bob Marley resort that used to be there. So there was no, it wasn't like an active beach where you could have sat down on chairs and all that. It was just the sand and the water. So there was no beach chairs or umbrellas or anything like that. But we was able to just spend some time at the beach, so that was okay. And then when we got back, he's like, oh, we can let you back off at the restaurant, or we can let you off at the cruise port, which is like, you know, like a little bit of walk down. So he let us off right in front of where the ships were, so that was nice. But overall, it was a nice day. It was something different. Not something I would do again, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad for the price. Alrighty guys, that is all that I have for you. I want to again thank you so much for watching and commenting and sharing the vlogs. I truly appreciate it. I cannot wait to go on the next adventure. Make sure if you are not subscribed that you hit that subscribe button on your way out. Make sure you hit that like button. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.